The Lord be with you. And with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus summoned the 12 and began to send them out 2 by 2 and gave them authority over unclean spirits. He instructed them to take nothing for the journey but a walking stick, no food, no sack, no money in their belts. They were, however, to wear sandals, but not a second tunic. He said to them, "Wherever you enter a house, stay there until you leave. Whatever place does not welcome you or listen to you, leave there and shake the dust off your feet in testimony against them." So they went off and preached repentance. The 12 drove out many demons, and they anointed with oil many who were sick and cured them. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good evening, everyone. You know, when I was entering inside the church and I was asking myself, I used to have a different kind of church than this church. But I'm only going to be permitted to say it for today alone. Today I'm a visitor, but it expires today. As I entered this church, I saw the beauty of what it is like in Acts of the Apostles, especially after Acts of the Apostles chapter 2, which is about the Pentecost. There is a lot of gathering like this. They all gathered together. And so I'm excited, really excited to be in your presence this evening. My name is Father Emmanuel Chukwu Dirichukwu. Emmanuel, as you know, is God is with us. That is not my first name, by the way. My first name is Nwachukwu. It means child of God. So even if you don't remember Nwachukwu, just call me Father Child of God. Is still fine. It's still cool. My last name is Dirichukwu. If I ask you to guess, I don't know how many can get it right. Anyway, my last name means belong to God. Belong to God. I'm originally from Nigeria, as you know. I'm from the Igbo tribe. My ancestor says that our tribe is one of the lost tribes of Israel in Africa. I was ordained in 2015 by late Bishop David Chobi. I was among the 5 guys, holy guys. So I was ordained with Father Ben. I have been working also here in the diocese since I was ordained. But I also went to seminary in San Antonio, Texas. So I first lived most of my stay here in the United States, mostly in Texas and here in the state of Tennessee. There is something with the reading of today which I want to share with you with my own call. It's just so much that it entered into my coming and officially assigned to this holy community. I don't not even see it as a church, but more powerfully, a community. When I was first attracted to be a priest, I was little as an altar server. And the first thing, surprisingly, that attracted me to become a priest, to want to be a priest, was chicken. As an altar server, when you go very close to the parish house, the rectory, whenever I pass there, I will perceive the aroma of a chicken. The priest cooked very well. And we didn't have that kind of food at home. And so I told God, I said, God, I want to be a priest. I want to eat chicken. This is for real. That was how I started working myself up to coming closer to God. And since that time, God has kept on sending me to communities. In the first reading of today, we hear in Amos chapter 7 from verse 12 to 15. We hear in Amos having to quarrel a little bit with the priest in the northern kingdom, because Amos was from the southern kingdom, and God called him to go and prophesy. And guess what happened? The priest in the northern kingdom looked at Amos and said, "Hey, this is my territory. Don't come near. Go to other places." But Amos have to remind that priest that it was God that called him. That he was on his own as a shepherd, doing his own thing, just like I was doing my own business, before God sniffed into my nose the aroma of chicken. I was on my own. But then, Amos have to work for God, prophesying and eating from the providence of God. In the gospel of today, we hear again in a special way. We hear the authority, divine power of God. Divine power of God being given the disciples of Jesus Christ as they went 2 by 2. For the purpose, for this prophetic assignment, the purpose of healing and the purpose of caring and evangelization. I can say that of me as a priest and as a Christian, but you can as well say the same of you. God called us. Even though we are unworthy, He called us. He prepared us and made us worthy. And then He commissioned us. He has given us everything that we need in life to fulfill this call. Just as He has called me in our community to fulfill this call. I know so far that Father Kibi and those in the office have really, really welcomed me well. I have never, ever since I was ordained, I didn't say that those who I was with didn't treat me well. But ever since I was ordained, I have not been welcomed in this manner. I feel at peace and I feel God's presence. As I come into your community, I know that all of you, in the spirit and in the feelings that I have here this moment, I feel very much welcomed. I feel at home. And from now, I'm no longer a visitor. I am now a family. Because of this call, I fight with all my heart, with all my strength, and with all my will. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. Thank you.